Titta. Testing, testing, testing. Hallå? Hallå? Testing sound, testing sound, testing sound. Okay. Let's see if there's any sound now. If there's anybody listening, please make a little comment in the chat if you hear us speak at the moment. But, it seems like me and Jesper has been.
We've been yapping for two games without nobody hearing us. Very sorry about that, everybody, for the technical issues. So far, in our defense, we have been talking for 2 games, not knowing that nobody have heard us. We thought you were a little quiet in the chat.
Begging for some comments. Still no comments.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ilhamar,
Thanks, Robin. You're the man.
Perfect. Okay, so now we're up and running. So now we just start over again.
Can we maybe somebody taped our last 2 games, then we can just replay it? Sorry for this. We really thought that sound was on, and there's been some miscommunication here. So again, Martin Larsson here together with my great friend Jesper Svensson, second squad of this year's Stormlight Larsen Masters. Our A team of commentators is bowling at the moment, so we felt like we're gonna join and become the B team and step in here and do some work. And we've been doing a great job for nobody for quite some time, but now we know that at least you guys are watching and hear us. So
Well, we probably will mention some of the same things then again, knowing that nobody have heard what we've been talking about. But I also feel like we need to be talking about the action we have in front of us. But then we can just give you guys a little rundown of the first two games that have been bowled. They're finishing up the third game actually, where we can see that we will have a new squad leader in Tuomo Pinterik from the home team here of ES Göta.
yep.
Big 258 game for him here, game 3 for 698. First 3 games, almost 100 over. Great start for him.
Absolutely.
Tobias Hogdin was the squad leader after 2 games, 491. A little bit of struggles this game, 2 opens, 3 bagger to finish, 675. Also pretty solid score the first 3 games. And then just running over the screen, we are fortunate enough to have
All of them, yeah.
lanes covered right here, which will be the case for you guys watching the stream as well. The only thing will be that you need to watch the main channel to have the commentary.
Yeah, please let everybody know now since it's working that it's worth the 65 kroner or whatever, €5. And we're going to try to have commentators in for mostly of the tournament and some other features in this channel as well.
We'll be trying to keep an eye on if we see something very interesting going on across the house to bounce over to that section on the main channel so we can watch through it all together.
Yeah.
And we see right now on the main channel, we've been talking a little bit about Martin Paulson earlier. Never missed a cut here at the Storm Lucky Larsen Masters, bowled every single year so far, and that's a pretty impressive stat. And Martin is still a very good bowler. He has probably said that he was going to retire for the last 10 or 15 years, I think, and he's still here doing some damage out there on the lane. So good to see him also bowl the last squad, gaining some experience on this year's Storm Lucky Larsen oil pattern.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good now, like in 40-50 over after 3 games, and talking about that 40-50 over is pretty good. I mean, I don't say the pattern is impossible, but it's not house shot. It's not super easy either. What was your feel getting in the first squad and taking an early lead in this year's edition?
Yeah, it's always hard to really know what you're looking for bowling the very first squad of the tournament. But yeah, I was off to a very good start. I bowled 260 the first game, 267 or something, I believe. And knowing that game will never hurt you, I was just trying to keep doing the same thing game 2, and it started to go a little bit away. And yeah, just got lost in the transition game 3 and 4. Thought I just hit a bad pair game 3 with a little bit of transition on it, and then it was pretty much the same thing game 4, and I was a little too defensive maybe those 2 games, and figured, okay, if I really need to, or if I really gonna gain some experience and knowledge off of this squad, I need to change something a little bit more than just a little bit of hand position, a little bit of ball speed, or a board here and there. So I changed ball, and that was definitely the right move. So I had a good finish for 190 over.
Yeah, that was
currently leading, and hopefully with all the extra spots through the early birds and everything, that should be good enough for the finals, I hope.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things we did talk about before when nobody was listening was me putting you under the lights here, because Louis, who is bowling on lane number 20, who is doing a lot of commentating for us, a former great bowler from Spain, Catalonia, Barcelona, been commentating a lot with Victor Backe. Will commentate a lot with Victor Backe. And I happened to be in the room when they were debating about the cut score. The cut score for the general standing, which is going to be 41 bowlers. And then we have some other gateways with ladies, youth bowlers, seniors, and turbos. So
and
anyway,
past PBA Sweden regional winners also that have earned their way into the final step 1.
The 55 bowlers will make the cut for the next Sunday's finals.
So now I know your guess, and since nobody heard my guess, I can actually change my mind. So that's a big W for me.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna stick with the same thing and say.
It took a while for you to get there.
Or am I gonna stick with the same thing now?
You have to stick. You can't change.
Maybe I can just go. Can I go over under your guess?
Yeah, let's do that then.
Yeah, then I'll say under.
Yeah,
Because I want to change it to 1364.
Okay.
And for the record, I guessed 1359.
Yeah,
so I just changed it a few pins higher.
I give you those pins then. My guess was 1379.
Yeah, so anywhere those 15 pins or 14 pins in between, no, 15 pins in between us, that would be a push.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're good with that, but guessing scores. I mean, this is our 8th. Daniel, is it 8th or 9th edition? 8th. I'm getting old.
That's super tough this early into the tournament.
Yeah.
And I've gathered throughout the years that it's very, very difficult to estimate the cut score.
Yeah, and even to estimate where the field is how the field is gonna attack the lanes and where they're gonna go. It's you would think after all those years bowling and trying patterns and all that stuff that you would have a great idea what's gonna happen. And obviously we have some idea, but it's too hard to predict. But yeah, we'll see. I think this pattern is absolutely a little tricky, but if you get there and throw it nice, it's absolutely scoreable as well.
To me, it feels like if you can definitely have it pretty good in the beginning, but then if you get a little too comfortable just sitting back doing the same thing, then you're gonna run into some issues. Even as a lefty, we had a decent amount of lefties that first squad, but you can definitely run into some trouble with transition. And I'm not saying that just because I did it, but I can see that in the pattern and the way it plays and the characteristics here at Olympia Bowling, that you can definitely get caught not really be on top of your moves and ball choices, hand position, ball speed, you name it. So it would definitely take a decent amount of good decisions throughout the block to be able to constantly have a great look, I think, throughout the block.
Yeah, and the center is also, I mean, I wouldn't say there is a lot of pairs here that is big difference, but moving around this center, especially on the gather, there will be some pairs that you feel it comes off a little bit better than the others. But I don't think there's any bad pairs or great pairs, but they're still not exactly the same all over the place. So
nah, like every other bowling center, you know, they will have a little bit of variation throughout the house. But yeah, it would be interesting to see how the week and the tournament turns out. But so far, so good, in my opinion. Not only because I bowled a pretty solid score, but I can definitely see the characteristics of the pattern and how it plays. And it would be interesting to see coming closer to in the middle of next week, when maybe some of, I will say, the regular PBA tour guys and some of the players from the national team here in Sweden will attack the lanes and see how that will change the pattern throughout each squad.
Yeah, and that will happen actually already tomorrow with the Team Sweden bowler. So third block tomorrow at 4:30. Most of the Team Sweden bowlers will enter the lane, so it's going to be interesting to see what's happened then.
Yeah, we have a great day tomorrow with the under 21 squad coming out first in the morning at 9 a.m. Swedish time. We will have a squad designated for only players under the age of 21, followed up by a lunch for them, and then a seminar with Storm Products representative Matt McNeil. And they've done a whole lot of research over in Utah at the Storm HQ. So the topic that will be covered by Matt McNeil in the seminar will be about urethane, a lot about how that transitions in lanes, and a lot of different things regarding the use of urethane. So myself will probably attend to that seminar for a bit, listen in, and maybe come with some inputs, since I'm one of the players that have developed my style around urethane usage, so to speak.
Yeah, we're looking at a nice replay of our teammate Tobias Hogdin. Obviously, he probably have you as one of his idols and look up to. He has a two-handed lefty from our team that actually won the Euro Challenge a couple of years ago. So that was a big achievement for him. And here we're looking at
fast messenger from Louis.
Oh, he will be proud. He will be proud. Our commentator will be proud about that one.
We need to let him know that we show that one on replay.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we almost ran out of time. He was so slow.
I think it was pretty quick. Yeah, in my eyes, it was quick enough.
But yeah, back to Tobias. I was talking to him. He bowled the last squad also, and we bowled together on the same pair the last game, and he was struggling a little bit, and we were talking, and I was kind of talking about what moves I seen that I had to make throughout the round or throughout the squad, and he was starting with the red IQ 78 the first couple of games and had a really good look. The first two games he was 91 over, like I said earlier, for the first two, and then he ran into some trouble here, like we almost expected game 3, and knowing when the time was to maybe change ball and take a little bit of a step right and give it a little bit more room and shape it, like we used to say.
Maybe he wasn't so happy with the messenger now. He's only one pin, no bonus. Actually, he can have another shot, but yeah. Louis liked to play the gutter. We did talk about it before when nobody was listening, but Louis is a guy that spent enough time in Sweden that he, even if he's Spanish, he starts to almost speak fluently Swedish. And he spent a lot of time with Patrick, and also he used to spend a lot of time with Thomas Leanderson and got coached and trained by Thomas for a long time. And everybody who know Thomas, you know that he didn't mind play up the gutter and kind of close angles and just control the pocket. One of his stuff, and that's what Louis liked to do too. Maybe it's not his prime time of his career at the moment.
Huge break for Tobias. But yeah, we can, even though that shot was way right of his target, we can definitely see that he has migrated a little bit to the right now and try to give the ball a little bit more room. So he's in that transition, and he seemed to be lined up again now with a different ball than the one he used the first couple of games. So yeah, we'll see what kind of moves he needs to make here down the stretch well, he probably just need to throw a little bit better shot than that, because that one was way right of his target, crossed over for a Brooklyn strike, but big break there for a 4-bagger.
Yeah, I mean, those are ones like bowling could be kind of crazy in that way. You miss a little less than that, and it's a big 4, and all the work you done in that game is gone, and now he's instead of that, he missed a little bit more, and he's set himself up for a chance to shoot a really big one.
We can also just toss out there that we're interested to see if you guys have any questions or notes or any players or whatever it may be. Just feel free to type in the chat if you have any topic that you want us to cover here in the booth. And questions, whatever it may be, we're here to help you guys and guide you through each squad, and also answer any questions there may be. So again, feel free to just type in the comments if you have any questions.
Yeah, I think take any chance I have to tap myself on the shoulder, and because it's always so nerve-wracking kind of thing when you start the tournament after putting the pattern out there. You don't want one typical style to dominate and another one not having a chance and stuff like that. Scoring pace is not that important, I think, but it's more like everybody should have some kind of fair chance if they bowl good. And right now, after 3 games, we have a young guy, Tomo, Slovenia with 698. Then we have Tobias.
Two-handed righty, right?
Yeah, two-handed righty. And then we have two-handed lefty on the second. And then we have everything else than a young guy on the third.
And everything else than a two-handed.
Yeah, exactly. My dear friend Martin, our dear friend Martin Paulson, that we mentioned, he's probably one of the guys that bowled the most Storm Lucky Larsen Master squads ever. But he also made the cut every year. So he's sitting in third on 640. Then we have a young two-handed lefty from Denmark, our new teammate. He surely can strike a lot. And then we have Nils West, another young guy, Albin, another young guy. So it's, yeah, there's a little bit of everything.
We got righties, lefties, young guys, old guys, a little bit of everything. Higher rev rate, lower rev rate, we got everything. And speaking of Martin Paulson, I got him in front of you now on the screen on lanes 17 and 18. Started this game with a 4-bagger. Great start for him. 643 working after the first 3 games. 237, 190, and 216. So 43 over the first 3 games. So he could definitely use a big game here. And here he comes for the front 5. Looks good. Yep. Perfect strike for Martin. And yeah, front 5. See a replay of that one.
Replay from our friends at Jopo is supporting our stream. Oh, it's 10 in the pit.
And we actually seen Martin bowl the first couple of games using the IQ 78 urethane ball. So he also now he seems like more of the guy that he should enjoy this a little bit more now when he can get into a reactive ball and move a little bit left and just give it a little bit more room to the right. So great start for Martin here this game, and he seems to be on top of the transition right now, so he's lined up. We can also talk about lane 20, the guy right there.
Oh, yeah.
Kenneth.
Fantastic guy.
Fantastic.
We need more of those.
Supporter of Swedish bowling and the Storm Lucky Larsen Masters as well. He does a lot for all the different tournaments, and
he actually has his own tournament.
He's got his own tournament, yeah. The one tournament we have just a little bit from here. We have that coming up in November, I think.
It's November, yeah. In Markaryd, Kenneth Swan.
Talk Masters. And yeah, very, very nice place to go to. Very nice bowling center. And like we say, he's very thankful for guys like Kenneth. He's a big supporter of Swedish bowling and does a lot of things to support the events going on in this area. So thank you, Kenneth, for everything you do for Swedish bowling.
He really loves the game. Like he
loves the game.
He
loves the
loves
bowlers. Loves the bowlers. Always throws in some extra prizes.
Yeah, he's a lane partner in. He's a lane partner here, and he actually sponsored a couple of the bowlers this squad, and he's bowling himself. He's a lane partner just as you are, Jesper. We are really grateful for all our lane partners, which are the ones located in the light blue area on the LED wall, just in the bottom there. Like see Jesper's logo on lane 19, and we have a couple of other guys and companies. It's some private persons and some companies that decided to sponsor the event a little bit and put the name out there and get some benefits from it, absolutely. But also mostly just support the event.
Yeah, and it's fantastic opportunity as well to be seen there on the LED wall all throughout the week or all throughout the tournament. And like I said, there are tons of great benefits coming with it. We have a fantastic Wednesday coming up with a golf outing, a little scramble tournament with a lot of the lane sponsors and the pros from America coming in to play some golf. And later that evening we have a charity match, Team Iceman, which will be a team of European player or
International one?
international players, international
anything
players.
else than US?
Yes, versus Team Tackett, which will be players from the United States, and we will bowl a match in the style of the Swedish league.
Yep.
So there will be 8 on each teams, and we will try to raise some money for children diabetes, which is the theme of this year's Storm Lucky Larsen Masters. Martin, maybe you can talk about that relationship a little bit more.
Absolutely. Last year we did a little bit for the cancer awareness and fundraising for that, and this year we have a great collaboration with one of the hotels here in Helsingborg, Scandic Oceanhamnen, and the hotel manager there has a daughter who has diabetes, and he wondered maybe if we can do something about that. We talked about last year, we could do something about that this year. And I said, absolutely. I have a little brother who has a son who got type 1 diabetes when he was 7 years old. So I know how tough it could be. And you know, I have a lot of bowlers around the world and a lot of bowling friends that has diabetes. So we'd love to raise some money for that. That's a great cause, and on Wednesday is going to be the prime for that. So the golf outing, we will try to do something there, but in the evening, where this center at Olympia will be packed watching that game. 16 of the best bowlers in the world battling for a good cause, and you guys will have a chance to auction and bid on some of the jerseys there from that match, and of course, everything will go straight to our fundraiser against the childhood diabetes. So it will be some jerseys auctioned off on site here in the center, but also some online. So make sure to stay tuned and look out for that. So I will try to combine a great fun evening with some party, good food, a great bowling, and all doing it for this good cause. So hopefully it will help a little bit. I actually read something in the newspaper just recently that they are about to break through with some kind of vaccine against diabetes or medicine. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was something major in that topic. So that gives us hope that can make a little difference.
Yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, that whole Wednesday will be an awesome day, like always. Here at the Storm Lucky Larsen Masters, we always do a little bit of different formats on that evening bowling thing, but the golf has been big success throughout the years. Also the bowling part. This year we're going a little bit different with the league match style, but I'm sure that would be fantastic as well. And we actually have got our first question of this year's event. At least with us being in the booth. And Noah, we surely appreciate your question. We will get to that after I give it a shot to translate it, in case we have any English-speaking people in the chat as well that can be interested to know the answer, or, well, if there is any answer, but at least Martin and mine opinions on this topic. And so we will go as a young player, 19 years old. They started to bowl very late at 17 years old, but have high ambitions and want to go all in for bowling. Do you have any tips on things to focus on? That is a great question, Noah.
Yeah.
And I hope you understand if we answer this in English. If not, please just type that in the chat as well, and we will give you an answer in English first, and then we can Also, try to translate it back to Swedish in case you don't understand the English. But so I will say there are a couple of things that you need to make sure, and that is, I assume you're a two-handed bowler since you started bowling very late. Um, Perfect. Fluent in
English, no
English.
problem.
We
That's
like
great.
it.
What
Go
about
Swe- go
two-handed,
Sweden.
one-handed?
Go
Can
Sweden.
we get a two-handed, one-handed too?
Go Sweden. We get to learn English in school. That's perfect. But yeah, so regardless if you're one-handed or two-handed, I would say that spare shooting is a big key. And that's when my career, just speaking out of my own experience, spare game is what changed my whole career around from being once in a while guy to have a chance a lot more times than not. And and that is just
Yeah, we got it.
two-handed, played Division 1 and an average of 210. Yeah, so if you got 210 average, you've already come in a long way already, which is great. But like I said, spare shooting is a big key to never really give away any pins. And depending on what you mean going all in, if that's the PBA tour or maybe a little bit step down from that, European tour or local events, I'm not too sure. But spare game will never hurt you. And people sometimes ask me, what's your favorite ball? And I used to say Pitch Black or IQ 78 or something. But over the years, it's become my spare ball. 'Cause my spare ball have made me a lot more money than any other ball, I think.
And it's more sensitive to switch that one than any of the other ones.
Yep. And to practice that, I would say that you need to always make sure that when you practice, at least for myself, I think that just to try to shoot at the 10 pin or 7 pin 100 times, that will kill me. So I try to always make sure that when I practice, I'm very serious about trying to make all the spares and all that to where I get a lot of spare practice in my regular practice. Like if I'm focusing on something else, but if I leave something, then I always try to make sure I spare.
Yeah. It's absolutely best spare practice you can get is never hit the white button, we used to say. I don't know how many bowler turns nowadays have the white button, but don't throw it between your legs. Don't roll it down the lane. Don't hit the reset button. Make sure you practice spares as soon as you leave something. That takes you a long way. To add something to that, I think bowling is a sport of repetition. If you try to do something very complicated, it's going to be hard to repeat. So obviously we have to be there have to be some kind of efficient way to do it. Like the good ones has to be good enough and to strike, but it's also very important that it's easy enough to repeat, and especially to repeat under pressure. Because if your technique is too complicated and the heart rate goes up, it's going to be impossible to repeat. So get your fundamentals, your footwork and swing line straight, so you can actually miss a little bit in speed and stuff and still hit your target. That's very, very much key to success, I think.
And I've seen that you're studying bowling a lot, reading about bowling, I guess, and equipment is a very big thing as well. And that's, in my opinion, Martin, because since you have never been the guy with the most power or stuff like that, but you've always been one of the guys that knows most about bowling and equipment. And the equipment part is obviously helping to where you can make good decisions always. You will almost never try to compete with the wrong piece of equipment in your hand, and that's a big thing, and that's been a key for you throughout the years.
Absolutely, yeah.
To know a lot about your equipment and the market for equipment, just to be able to, we typically say, educated guesses. Because
it
at
is.
the end of the day,
Yeah,
it's
it
all a
is.
guessing game, right? With equipment, like what ball, where, at what speed, what hand position, all that stuff, and it's all about trying to match that all together to the perfect mix of things. And you've always been great with knowing your equipment, knowing other equipment, to where you can translate others' equipment into yours, and vice versa, to where you can always be pretty sure that your educated guesses will be right almost every time. And that is a thing where I'm lacking, not
But
so much nowadays, but it has been a struggle of mine that I haven't known enough about equipment to where I can, you know, I could definitely use some more knowledge about that. And that's something that I wish that I started to look into earlier than I did, because that would have helped me a lot in the past.
it is. I mean, you had the fortune enough to have a real powerful strike shot and found your way into a smaller category of balls and also a lefty. So you maybe don't need as wide of an arsenal as the righties does. So I felt for me to have a chance to stand up to the big names and the big guns, I needed to make those educated guesses before them and with a bigger chance of making the right ones to have a chance, because it's I mean it's only 10 pins every time, so we all know that everybody can strike once, so it's just about doing it as often as we can, and we also all know that nobody's perfect, so we can't throw perfect shots all the time. So with great ball reaction, the right ball and the right place in the lane and stuff, you can make shots that not perfect and still strike. That's what it's all about. So I tend to look at bowling as a big puzzle. Like if you want to make that puzzle look good, you need all the pieces, and it's the same in bowling. You need a little bit of knowledge on arsenal and balls and stuff. You need a little bit of knowledge on topography and oils and patterns and what different styles do to the lane, and of course your own strengths and weaknesses. It's yeah. I'm 47 now, and I still feel I learn more about this game every time I go out there. So it's hard to get fully educated in this game.
But that's the spirit that you need to have. You, if you want to learn, you can learn every time you step on the lanes.
Yeah,
But if you don't have that mindset, it's a waste of time
yeah.
to step on the lanes. So, to not get stuck on this topic for too long, I hope you got a couple of things at least from the two of us, with and to cook it down to a couple things. Learn your equipment, and the market of equipment is a big thing, and fall in love with your spare ball.
Yep, that sounds good. Sounds good. So looking at the leaderboard now, Jesper, after 4 games. It's pretty interesting leaderboard again. We're talking about versatility and different ways of getting it done, so to say, knocking those pins down. Tomo, 200 righty, the Helsingborg Olympia Bowling as a home center, but from Slovenia, 935. That's an impressive run, that 230, 20, 250, 230.
Yep, very, very nice bowling from Tomo so far. We'll see how we keep an eye on him.
And then we go for the guy who we talked about before, and he makes us talk about him again.
Yeah, Martin Pauls on 879, very good. Albin
Yeah.
Gullstrand, two-handed lefty, also a teammate of ours.
Yeah.
We have a few of them on this squad, actually 3 in a row. Albin, Lasse, and Tobias. With 875 for Albin, a good comeback after a little rough start with 180, 224, 236, 234. So definitely found the grooves here, Albin. We got Lasse Thomsen from Denmark, only 16 years old.
Did we talk about him before we got
yeah,
on air or
maybe
not?
that's when we were talking to nobody the first couple of games.
Yeah, we have
he's
to.
only 16 years old. He's a great player, great guy, very funny. He's obviously
Not afraid of striking that dude.
Yeah, we had him as a part of Team Pergamon, and he was one of the key players for us to win the gold of the Swedish league earlier this year, back in May, where actually wasn't too sure if he was gonna be in the big group that went to the playoffs or not. So he had to bowl one more match for us throughout the regular season to be eligible to bowl the playoffs. And like you said earlier, Martin,
we're debating if he's
like
going to bowl or not. Yeah.
Should he bowl? And he definitely was a little bit nervous. Started the first frame with a spare, and then he had 23 strikes in a row. So he had 590 the first 2 games, and then we realized that maybe this guy is pretty good. He should definitely come with us to the playoffs. And then he turned out to be, like I said, one of the key players. So he definitely made a name for himself very quickly, and it's definitely fun to see. He was definitely not afraid to step up to the pressure that the league playoffs takes, and it could definitely take a toll on you if you're struggling in that environment with all the cheering and drums and chants and the pressure going on. So that was very cool and special to see, and we're glad we had him on our team for sure.
Good guy. First female bowler in the field is 7th, and Josefine Linderoth is also a home player from here, from Spadedam in this center.
This one.
Yeah, like
180, 150 the first 2, and then 254, 259. Great bowling the last 2.
Way to not give up. I mean, after 3:30.
Maybe she was a little tired, maybe working throughout the day, and she had a cup of coffee when she got here, and it took 2 games for it to kick in, maybe.
Actually,
she definitely
she took some
picked it up. That's for sure. Impressive. The last 2 games with 5-13. The last 2. Hopefully she can keep that going. The last 2 as well.
Maybe she started listening to her dad a little bit more than actually her dad has been a bowling coach for a long time. He was one of my first coaches back in the days. I'll say probably a sweet little 30 years ago. And we have a little replay from Paulson on lane 20.
Yeah. See, even on this 38-foot pattern, he's in reactive still.
It looks like a concept, I think.
Oh, it's a concept? Well, that's still reactive.
It still is.
Looked a little shinier than a concept. Yeah, it's a little hard to tell.
We'll see here, but I have a feeling that's the one. It still looked at pretty smooth, so I think I know he has one. I also know that he has Iron Pro Solid, and those could be a little tough to see the differences sometimes, but I still think this one looks a little bit more light blue than the Iron Pro Solid.
Possibly. Also just mentioned Jonathan Hallberg here on lane number 17. Started with the front 5 this game. Let's see where we had him in the standings.
He can strike as well.
Minus 11 through 4 games. Yeah, so he needed a lot of strikes here down the stretch, but front 5. We also have Turbo, right? Game 5 and 6.
Yep.
Which is also an option to, or it's also a way into the finals next Sunday.
Turbo is actually Turbo Grips actually sponsoring us with that as well.
Nice cover from Anton Ahlgren.
Yeah, 210 there.
But yeah, the Turbo is basically game number 5 and the highest game number 5 and game number 6 outside of the guys making the cut. Get a spot in the finals as well.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh, big wheels for Martin now.
Looks nice. Very nice.
See if we can catch that coming out of the ball return.
We'll put my bets on. I looked a little bit when he threw this one too. I'll think it's over.
Yeah, I forgot to look, of course.
Too quickie.
It looks shiny though.
Yeah, but you know, actually, I know you don't understand that actually people are having shiny balls, but you could let it be shiny. That's actually a possible solution for some guys. I know Jesper, the only ball is shiny for him is the spare ball.
Yeah, shiny for me is 1,000 grit.
Anton Ahlgren is another great bowler. Obviously, it was not the funniest leave there.
He's lined up on the splits though, I think. He's a great spare shooter as well. Me and Anton is actually the same age. We went to school together down in Nässjö at the bowling school they have down there. So yeah, we've actually been bowling a lot together, and I know he's a great player, and he suffered a pretty bad back injury, if I'm not mistaken, a few years back.
Almost.
He slipped a disc or something, I think, in his back, and he was struggling for a long time, having to get back. He was using 10-pound balls, I think, and then 12 pounds, and worked his way back up to 15 pounds, I believe. It's crucial for him. I see him. You need to be very cautious picking up the ball and doing the stretches and stuff. So, but it's good to see him back on the lanes. He's been back now for quite some time, but I don't know if he still feels 100% or not. But he definitely a good player. It's a shame he suffered from that injury for such a long time, missing out on a few years in that age.
Let's see Martin one time here more on lane 20, maybe before we go down and watch Tomo, the squad leader. Seems like at least Martin is moved in a little bit. And what do we have? Here we go. Oh, he's deep. Oh, that hold. Maybe that the Eurosync traffic could create some hold in the end. Martin looking for a 3-bagger here on lane 20. Oh, 10 in the pit. 10 in the pit.
Spare, 3-bagger to start this game.
There we go.
Yeah, okay, that's probably a concept.
Yeah.
I give up.
Yeah.
Still a reactive ball though.
We already talked about that. I know the equipment better than you. Okay, that's the one thing I still have.
Yeah. Guess I need to change my contacts.
Or maybe you need to change your concepts.
Tomo up now on lane number 6.
Yeah.
Double split.
Oh, trip to 4.
Trip to 4. So double split. And then a 5-bagger, so another great game going for Tomo. You can definitely do some damage here to the standings in this squad. He was, what did we say? He was 135 over. Yeah, he can actually be a 200 over after this game if he strikes out. So great bowling for.
Imagine if he knocks down the Iceman from the fucking top, huh? Oh, did I swear a little bit? That was not good. Yeah, he will enjoy this.
Yeah,
that's good. He'll enjoy working with us a little bit more.
Okay, like I said, I made a few mistakes. I hope I can improve throughout the week. But yeah, if he only leaves me to have the lead for a couple of hours, I need to go back after him for sure.
Exactly. Well, Josephine looks like, unfortunately, she's going to run her great run here for the 250s. We're not going to get any 250 in this game, unfortunately.
No, can double in a 10 for 190. 193, sorry.
We got Tomo again on lane 3.
Wow. It seems like he's not using that friction all the way to the right too much. He's more playing a little bit more up the track in the hold.
Yeah.
And seems to be working very, very good right now. So
to say, yeah.
Great job to Tomo so far. Hopefully he can keep it up now. And
Lasse on lane 7 here, our Danish youngster.
16-year-old. Oh, that looked in. Oh.
I know it's the Lucky Larson tournament, but there was not enough luck there.
10-pin split.
He's one of those youngsters who seems to deal
okay.
with the spare shooter pretty good.
Yeah, he's okay. Yep.
Otherwise,
I'm
of
not
course,
gonna say that.
There can be some of the youngsters that has a lot of reverberate, having a rough time with the gutter pins on shorter patterns. But yeah, I'll have faith in Lasse. I think he's gonna make this one.
No problem.
Yep.
That was one of the things that we were talking to Noah about in the chat with the spare shooting, that you need to keep it simple with the spare shooting.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it should be about just putting the spare ball online, and it should make its way towards your target.
That's and it goes back to a little bit what I said also with swing plane and the swing line. Like you want to have a kind of straight swing planes, and that helps you spear shooting a lot as well. So it's not only good for strikes; it's very good for spear shooting as well.
Powerful strike there from Lasse.
Trying to look around here in our big screen in this booth to find out if there's anything special going on. We know on the other end that Paulsons keeps striking, but he's not going to have a chance to keep up with Tom at the moment.
There's also, maybe we did not mention that earlier, but it can be even if your result is not good enough for the top 41 through the general standings, there are some extra spots through the early bird squads here, which will be, how many squads for the early birds? Is it the first?
It's until Monday night, and how many
night.
that is, I actually am not really sure, but maybe it's like 2 to the 6, 9, 11 maybe? 11 out of the 27 or something like that, I think.
So there are some extra spots from the early birds, so even if you're a little bit short through the general standings, a decent result here in the early bird squads can be crucial to still make your way into the finals. So Martin Paulsson definitely still have a chance to reach that, and Tomo seems to not have to use the early birds at the moment. He can strike out the last 2 shots here in the game number 5 for 1199, which means 199 over. And he also got that one. Yep.
Of course, we need a replay on that one.
Like I said, he's all never really leaves the track area around 10. So
for the Swedish bowlers, actually, that's kind of weird. Like sometimes we have expressions in Swedish and not in English, and vice versa. But the track area, we don't really have that in if we translate it into Swedish.
No,
that's a typical American expression for bowling, where normally everybody bowls, like between
which is
second and third.
Around, yeah, I would say between 8 to 12 maybe.
Yeah,
that would be the track area. But actually, since I have been competing now on the PBA tour in the US for, I guess I'm getting older too, but for now
you are
13 or 14 years, something like that. I've definitely, at least when I'm there, I start to have that inner conversation with myself in English as well, to where, you know, great pickup there, by the way, from Anders Johansson.
Oh,
24810.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Great spare. I believe he's a player from
Norway.
Yeah. Great to see so many countries represented here at the Storm Lucky Larsen Masters. That is awesome. It's always
Anders actually he started 190, 160, then 240, 230. So he's picking up pace. But now he's struggling a bit.
Yeah, he's on 187 pace right now. But yeah, so that inner conversation, to start having that in English, and sometimes I catch myself like, why am I talking English with myself? But it just makes it easier, because over there when we have ball reps and stuff that you kind of talk to every now and then in between frames and stuff, and you have that conversation in English and everything, and then it just makes it easier. But sometimes it feels weird to speak my second language with myself. Doesn't make sense.
I totally get it.
It doesn't make sense. And then you call home and start speaking English on the phone, like, oh yeah, sorry.
And then you get into the mixed, the Swedish.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's easy to start losing some of the Swedish words while you're away for such a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. The track area is. So now, if we mention the track area here on the stream throughout the week, we mean around board number 8 to board number 12. I would say.
Yeah.
That's the track area. So around second arrow. And we can see that Tomo is not getting his ball outside of that area, which is a little bit different to the other guys on the squad, and it seems to be working very, very good.
Actually, the shape of the pattern is a little bit outside of that, but The gutters are sometimes a little sketchy, and maybe this with a little bit of urethane traffic, it maybe stretched the pattern long enough so actually get some hold where he's doing. Obviously, it's working really good at the moment.
Yeah,
It's
and it's
200
fun.
over.
And it's fun to see because he must have found that line on his own because there's nobody else really playing that zone
Yeah.
on the whole squad, and we'll see how long it takes for other players to realize where he's playing, because that's another big key in bowling, to be aware of your surroundings. There will always be somebody bowling really good, and if you're not that guy, you better watch that guy. They're bowling good.
A little bit easier now. This squad we use in 16 lanes. Like sometimes we bowl on tour when it's 70 lanes. It's a little tough to know what's going on the other side of the house.
And it's actually easier for us because we got all the screens here at the same time.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're a little bit fortunate there. We actually have a great game I see on lane number 9. Mons Friberg had
Yeah, it's another
270
one.
going.
Another one of the
And
young.
he can actually, let's see, where was he? Yeah, he was at 45 over after 4, and he's a possibility of
9 and 10.
278 this game, which is
Oh,
great.
Olsen
So
keeps
he
going.
can be in the 120s, something like that, 130s maybe.
Yeah.
Sorry guys,
one,
I'm a
two,
bowler,
three,
not a
four.
math teacher.
You can get to 120 over.
100 Yeah, 123 over,
Yeah.
which would be good setup going into the last game if he can strike out here. That's 9th and 10th. Albin, we see 1050. So he must have bowled 180 something. Game 5. Albin, that is Albin Gullstrand. I see there's 2 Albins on that pair now. Just coming into 11 and 12 for the last game. Plenty of Albins. Louis moved in. Nice.
Oh, old menace in deep water. Left the gutter.
Very nice though. He still got some.
Yeah.
Still got some sauce. Good stuff there, Louis.
What about Stampe? Well, he's still struggling a little bit, but he can.
Stampe 30 over. Yeah, not really enough early here. He's also in reactor balls. Yeah, I must have missed that a
He
little
was
bit.
not really happy
Looked like
about
he
that one.
slipped
though.
a little bit almost.
Yeah.
Looked a little weird.
Yeah, so 199 over on Tomo, yeah? That's impressive.
Yeah, 199 over.
Squad
Yeah.
leader, one game to go, day 1 at 2026 Storm Lucky Larsen Masters. And we did mention maybe a little bit before, but this time you have a little bit of different strategy. Jesper, last year your and mine as well, but it's a closer friend of you, Kyle Troop, got married just before the event, so you were over there celebrating and doing even the week before some bachelor party and stuff, yeah. And was it a lot of bowling practice then?
It was definitely not enough bowling practice since I didn't bowl very well coming here, but yeah, that was pretty tough coming here, being jet lagged and rushed, but it was worth it. It was a great time over there,
Yeah.
and I was the best man at Carl's wedding, so that was a great time, and we got to play a really nice golf course in the area where he lives, the Valhalla golf course, so that was great experience, and I mean, we had a great
I bet.
time. We had a great time.
But you had to pay for it here.
Yeah.
But this year seems to be a different story.
Yeah, I figured I need some more time to get the balls on more squads, and I got here in plenty of time.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it feels great to be a part of the Storm Lucky Larsen Masters organization nowadays, and be here and help out here and there.
So there will be some stuff around the center and help out a little bit tomorrow at the youth squad, and we also have a kind of courtesy thing here that we pick up bowlers from either the hotel or the train station and stuff. We try to help them out and take some of them out for golf, and yeah, we try to do stuff that we would appreciate if we come somewhere and had that service. So and at the tournament organization, me, Patrick, Daniel, obviously we have a bunch of other guys around here that makes this whole thing work. But we also appreciate a lot getting you on board and help us out and spread the word and get take this tournament to the highest level of at least European tournaments.
Yeah, no, I mean it's fantastic, and I mean it's always fantastic to, since I'm one of the regulars by going to the United States to compete on the PBA tour. It's always a great pleasure to welcome all my American friends and players from around the world to my home country for such a big event. It's an honor, and I appreciate that I got a opportunity to be a part of the organization and try to help out in any way I can. And like you said, try to make sure that everybody gets a great experience off the lanes, I guess we can say, because on the lanes it's up to himself at the end of the day. But at least off the lanes, we try to provide great service for him and some fun activities with golf and some great happenings going on at the bowling center and around in the area. So
Yeah, we
it's
have
been
to.
fantastic so far.
Thanks, buddy. And we really have to get the hats off to this center. Patrick and his crew here, they're truly amazing. Not only they welcome us with open arms. The kitchen is making great food. The staff here, you don't see that, but they have a guy behind the lanes every single minute that we are bowling, and one up here. So as soon as there's anything happening, they are on it right away. And it's not like they really need that here, because it's, knock on wood, there's very few things happening here. But over the years, there's been some things and some major things. You never know with machines, like they can break down, but they're always super quick. And like very, I have to say, from the bottom of my heart, like friendly to everybody. Like it always feels very, very friendly to get here. And then of course Patrick, the owner, he knows half or the whole city. So he hooked up a bunch of the really nice restaurants downtown. Even if he want to sell the food here, he still made them a part of the tournament. And if you get here and bowl or enter the facility as a guest, you get discounts on some of the nicest restaurants in the city. And before that, we made sure that we had some good deals with nice hotels in this town as well. So we know the bowlers can kind of get to decent locations for a good price. There's a lot of work around it that people don't see.
There we can see Tomo. He finally leaked one a little right, but then it's dry enough out there to bounce it back right in the pocket.
Well, he's
Round
doing the
5
right
for
thing.
Tomo. Yeah, he's
killing it.
And it's easy for us to sit here because we can see all the screens at the same time, and it's easy for us to see what he's doing differently to the other players. But hats off to Tomo for finding that line. That is impressive to watch.
Yeah, it
Great
truly
job
is.
to him, and he seems to be punching his ticket into next Sunday's final.
Oh, he's gonna have a hard time backing out of it now, I think.
Yeah, something
that's gonna
really
be. I mean,
unusual needs to happen.
he's been doing some decent stuff on the lanes, but this is gonna be a real big one for him. So super happy.
Yeah,
for
this
him.
is probably up there for him. And like I said, he moved to Sweden and Helsingborg just a few years ago, just to get some better opportunities with his bowling. Joined ES Göta, which is also together with the other local team in the center, Spotted Dam, also helping out with the tournament, being in the registration and also out on the lanes helping out. So just going back to what you mentioned earlier, with a lot of people doing the best they can to make it run as smooth as possible.
It's front six.
Front six. go.
Unbelievable. That's
There we go.
impressive, I have to say.
You definitely have the ball reaction for something pretty special in bowling. We're not gonna say it because we don't want to jinx
No,
anything.
and at the same time,
But
like
he
it
definitely
takes
has
a little bit of head
he
as well.
definitely has the ball reaction to let's say finish this game with a 5-bagger at least.
Yeah.
And
No,
some
it's
good
a-
count possible.
Let's say, yeah.
Well, no,
exactly.
he's got yeah.
Yep,
Honestly, I
yep,
don't know
yep, yep.
exactly how old Tomo is, but he's definitely not
He's definitely not as old as us.
not as old as us.
No, but he's a young guy. I don't know. He's
Or I guess we can say we are
he-
unfortunately not as young as him.
yeah. I don't have a problem saying that he's also in the division that he could take one of the under 21 spots, but he doesn't look like he's
Yeah,
needing
you
it.
don't need that. You don't need that. He's
born
in
2007.
2007.
So 19.
Okay. Okay. 19
Yeah.
years old. Yeah, that's pretty cool to watch.
I
That's
actually
bowling
won
tournament.
one of my first big tournaments in this center. I think the final could have been on 17-18 where he's bowling now. I was not 19, but I was 23 maybe. So at least I do have some memories being young in this center. But it's a while ago. Oh, go practice, get lucky. Have
Let's
some
see
of that.
again.
Huh?
Got it way
Ah,
right.
that's not happening in a bad day, but in a good day. Look at that. Now he's getting pumped up. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have a problem having some help from Tomo from the rest of the week. He will stroll around and shine like
He
a
can go
bright
right
day.
back to doing Instagram posts
Yeah.
and other stuff and just enjoying
Well,
seeing everybody out there on the lane sweating to make the finals while he knows that
and he's going to
He
have a
will be
feel
there.
how it is to hold the camera, but now he's going to have a feel how it is to be in front of it too.
I may go out there and do the interview with him.
Yeah, I think you should. After watching this. Yeah, that's spare
It will
ball
be
there.
interesting. I'm definitely want to ask him. Let's see, that's Wayne's. Oh
Damn.
my god!
Oh, what a guy.
He's not necessarily splitting boards right now, but he definitely has the perfect
Nuts.
line.
Yes, the
He's got
nuts.
the nuts, like we say. That's when.
I have to say now
Yes.
it's 9:10, and I was thinking before on let's see here on lane 20 if he leaves something. No, just because he didn't. I know that guy has a Liverpool spare ball, and he missed before, and I said of course. And I was thinking about today is the Premier League season starts, and our
Yeah, you-
Arsenal team just started 10 minutes ago, I
Have
think.
you locked in your fantasy team yet? Martin?
I'm not a guy like that. The boys at the office say, "Yeah, let's do fantasy." I said, "Well, I watch my Arsenal, and then I'll give a shit about the rest." So too much. I'm not
Yeah, I made a little. We have a little league with a bunch of bowlers. I think we're 29 people or something in the league now for fantasy.
Mhm.
No, Jonathan Hallberg bowling this squad is in it,
Yeah.
and Albin Gullstrand possibly also.
Okay. yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna take all their money. By
Okay.
picking a good squad.
Let's do it.
But yeah, so I'm interested to ask Tomo how he came up with his playing a zone further left than the other guys using urethane.
I don't know what he's using.
That
Is
seems
he?
good.
That was ace.
That's good. Yep, that's perfect. I think that's very close to where he wanted. I think the last time on this lane he leaked it a little further right.
Let's
and
go.
this one is
Nice.
just perfect. Oh yeah.
Smooth.
I mean,
It doesn't
yes,
rip it.
definitely,
Oh yeah.
definitely.
You think we will have our first 300 game for the tournament?
Isn't there a prize for the first 300? Or is that every 300 or?
No, it's actually we only we have.
Well, I've seen one of the lane sponsors.
Yeah,
said
actually, but it's only
300.
on that lane.
Oh, it's on that lane.
So
Okay.
it's on. Well, we mentioned him before. Our great guide Kenneth Swan, who has been a supporter of Lucky Larson and is also supporting another event in Sweden, Swan's Talk. A great guy for bowling overall. Super human being. And he gives 5,000 Swedish for the first 500 on the pair on the lane where he is sponsoring.
First 300, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's on
First
7
100,
and 8, I
okay.
think, not 17, 18.
Oh, okay, 7 and 8. I need to save a good game for 7 and 8.
Yep. Not a good one, like a perfect one.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is imagine he shooting 1499 with 300 on the last one. What a story! That could be.
So his game so far: 233, 207, 258, 237, 264, and now he's got the front nine the last game. Wow. But yeah, definitely want to ask him, like I said, and see how he came up with that tactic about playing a zone further to the left with the urethane. And we haven't really seen anybody else having success. We haven't really seen anybody really try that zone either. They've been trying to get their ball either throw it hard and straight.
That's
so
10.
he carries them light mixers too. He
Yeah.
doesn't really flat 10, which is a little surprising to me just after bowling myself, getting it almost in that little hold zone the whole time
It feels
without
like
it
it's
flat.
just lighter than that.
Yeah, I guess he
mixes them up.
I guess that's what they call the nuts.
Yeah, that's the perfect ball reaction.
Yep.
Gets you loose as a goose.
Impressive to watch for sure. Nice bowling, Toma. I'm sure he's gonna be a happy man tonight.
I think he will.
He's quick too. Didn't he just throw his 10th shot?
Yeah.
Oh.
It felt like almost.
Yeah, that was. Wasn't that a little in?
You can see that he never really read it, like, so he probably didn't.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he must be shaky as well,
Yeah.
having a front 10 and all that. Yeah, round of applause for Toma. Nice bowling.
That's a big set.
Nice bowling. And we can hear the crowd as well cheering for him. That's awesome.
The hometown favorite.
Great.
He's working in the center, working for us, doing a lot of just truly love bowling. 1488. Well, that tells us that there's scores out there. Absolutely. If we swap over to
we've been very focusing on Tomo now, but look at Måns Friberg also. He had a big 267 game 5 for 112 over through 5 games, and now he started with spare 6 in a row. So very nice. I'm in danger for him as well.
And then we have Martin Paulsson. He has decent line going. So this Måns, he's throwing absolutely throwing reactive.
Oh wow!
And different way of getting there, but yeah, he is. Yeah, we didn't think that the. Oh yeah, that was not Måns. Yeah, that was Viggo. I was watching.
Viggo,
yeah, sorry.
Viggo throwing reactive from a little deeper. Yeah, here we have Måns on lane number 5. Actually, he is playing around that same zone as Tomo was playing.
Those guys are friends, so maybe they've been talking.
And he was a little bit more on the side of the ball than Tomo. He seems to have a fairly heavy roll, Tomo. So Måns, maybe he was a little bit further. Yeah, maybe it was a little bit further left just because of that rotation he puts on the ball. But still very nice. What a finish for him if he can keep striking here the last couple of frames with 267 and a possibility of 290 to go with 112 over for 5, so 1402 if he strikes out.
Yeah.
So
Anders, we talked about Anders also from Norway, that he started a little bad, but then he evolved better. But when we got him,
I think he was struggling some in the game 5. Yeah, 170 game 5. So
okay. But we have Paulsson. What's going on here? Showing the finger. So we have an 8 on Måns here. It's got to be the nice looking 2026 tournament jersey that gives him a little bit of extra hit, I think.
Must be.
Was Tomo wearing that one as well? I don't remember. Or was it a Göta jersey?
No, I think he might have been the Lucky Larson one as well.
Oh, it has to be the good karma.
Yeah, it must be.
And we have a little
Mostly-
thing for everybody not knowing. We started having a tournament jersey edition jersey every year. The first we started first year and then we continued. So and also this year we do a little bit of it of the purchase price goes towards the childhood diabetes fundraiser as well. So we're happy to sell some of those and contribute to some of the fight against childhood diabetes as well. So Mon's got a spare there, so he can shoot 1380 now, yeah? He can't catch Jesper, but he can still catch a very good score. And Martin Paulson can get to 1368, I think, if my math is quick and correct.
Mhm.
That was one of the things, back in the days, you actually learned how to count without a calculator. So now you have some use for it.
Yeah, I can count in bowling, no problem.
Yeah. Like I said, this team down here, Göta, they, of course, now we see Paulson with that jersey. Maybe he's not the future, but he helps out at the moment. But they have some bright future. We have some great young guys.
Oh,
yeah,
big
yeah,
one
yeah.
for Martin.
Here you go. Like I said, he's a fighter. I bowl like shit. I'm not bowling more. I'm not gonna bowl another squad. And
Yeah,
there
now
he
we
is.
should be able to see if that's a concept coming out of there.
Telling you, you guys still debating.
Well,
Put the promo out there, the legal everywhere. It's that's what it is. Okay, so now we do have Mon's
Mon's
last
big shot
frame.
there. Oh,
I
way
leaked it
right.
out there. That's not a good one.
Way right. Mon's picked the spare up.
Mon's got to be
Or-
another under 21 guy, I think.
Yeah, so he's still in pretty good shape for the under
Yeah.
21.
But you know how it is. Even if you have a
And,
good squad, you hate to finish like that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Walking off and felt like you left a bunch of pins out there just because of a bad last shot.
Yeah, well, let's just make the spare then, Mons.
Yeah.
Come on. Get it in there between the 1-2 and slide it over.
Looks too much right. Yeah.
Alright, so
I hear you.
1355. Got early bird spots, and we got under 21 spots.
Yeah, I'll give him a fairly good chance there, but yeah.
Well, who
it's,
knows? We're 2 squads in, and
Yeah,
we
some
got,
big ones.
we
Yeah.
got some big scores. We don't really know where it's gonna end up. I think tomorrow it will be, like we said, under 21 squad in the morning at 9 a.m. So we hope you guys will tune in to watch that. And then we have Team Sweden, and of course some other bowlers at in the afternoon.
Yeah. Some other ones. Absolutely. Tomorrow's 4 squads.
Four squads, yeah, we got bowling all day, every day now coming up.
Yeah. All days are 3 squads Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday is a little easier. No bowling in the mornings and until the afternoon, those 2 days. And then Wednesday is a busy day with golf in the morning, two squads in the middle of the day, and the Storm Bowling Party with the charity match between Team Iceman, Team Tackett, a star-studded field there, raise some money for the childhood diabetes. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, packed with squads. World-class bowling whole next week. Final Sunday and the top 4 show on Monday night, the 31st of August. So we have a little bit of work to do, but I feel confident after day one. Day one is not over yet, but it's getting close. And I have to say, always nervous bowling, but running a tournament like this is not without nerves either. The good thing is the crew we have here is just unbelievable good. We have people that's good on everything, and they don't afraid of working, putting the hours in. As soon as they give them a little bit of food and an ice cream or maybe a cold beer every now and then it keeps going.
And then towards the towards next weekend, we just need to give everybody a hug every now and then.
Absolutely, it's a lot of yeah. I mean, it is. It's a lot of love in the building. Absolutely.
Yeah, everybody's
hard work.
working really hard to have all the stuff up and running. So a lot of sacrifices and effort it takes to run an event like this. So everybody deserves a little tap on the shoulder, and but we really enjoy it. So far, so good. We're through the first day, the first couple of squads, and everything has been great so far. And
We have a good finish from Jonathan Hallberg, yeah?
Yeah, Jonathan Hallberg. And like we mentioned earlier also, we have a turbo, which is game 5 and 6.
Yeah.
The highest, game 5, is a spot in the finals, and the highest game 6 is a spot in the finals as well, and that is for the people that miss the cut through the general standings or one of the gateways, which means Jonathan now, for example, can shoot 290 and finish up at 1306, which I am pretty confident will not be enough to make the top 41, and 290. Yeah, possible chance for the turbo.
Yeah.
We will see. He will be very nervous watching every single squad from the beginning of game 6 and on. Unless he's bowling a different squad later on to improve that score a little bit, but for sure. Maybe he will try to get in on another squad if he's not already after that finish. Maybe feeling like he figured something out here down the stretch. And we also see on lane, Martin Paulson. I'm sorry, I'm talking about a lane that you guys don't see, but on lane 7 and 8, Martin Paulson with a huge double in the 10th can be critical for him through maybe a senior gateway or something like that.
Watching Hallberg here, have a chance to.
We're watching Hallberg.
Oh, ring 10.
Ring 10 for 279.
That could be I mean, we're talking about this turbo game, 279. You never know. It may have to make that spare for 279. Is much better than 278.
Yeah, and then to clarify, that would be so if a guy that does not make the finals needs to beat 279, which means, and if you're having the 279 look, or like Tomo, for example, bowled 289 the last game, but he will be in the finals waiting for everybody else with 1488, so he's already safe, so his 289 will not be
there's
in the
actually
turbo discussions at all.
On the rules, it says what category that qualifies first. First the general standing, then the early birds, and then I don't have it all in my head, but it says in the rules like if by divisions, and the latest way you can make it is turbo.
Made it. Yep. So Jonathan made it, and Martin Paulson got a 7, 1342 for Martin Paulson.
Yeah, that could be good for the
that could be okay
55,
for
50 plus 50 spots.
plus
Absolutely.
50 with a couple extra spots there. We have just to take this squad all the way to the finish line. We can start from left to right. Viggo Olander, 1047. We got Mick Stampe, 1209. Måns Friberg, like we mentioned, 1355. Anders Johansson, 1270, with another big game to finish, 256 for
roller coaster
Anders.
ride.
Martin Paulson, 1342. We have Victor Backe, 1195. We have Isak. I can't even see his last name. It's too far. I can't see. Isak Delisel.
It's a local guy. I actually don't know
we
exactly how to pronounce it either. But
we need to ask him about that one. 959 for him. We have Johannes Tigerstrand, 1050. Kenneth Junior Thomasson, 1170. We have Nils West, 1210. Albin Lindberg, 1241. Nicky Backe, 750. Albin Gullstrand, 1275. We have Zacharias Malm, 930. And Louis just finishing up for 1176. Jonathan Hallberg 1295, Kenneth Svan 888, Lucas Hejel 1271, Anton Ahlgren 1168, and Tobias Hogdin 1218. And lastly, Ville Wahlström 1070, Josefin Lindroth 1244, Tomo
And then the man.
Gaber Pinterik, the man of the evening,
Yeah.
1488. Kim
Unbelievable.
Bolleby 1219, Ola Pettersson 1077, and last but not least, Lasse Thompson 1271.
That's crazy.
And some very impressive bowling this evening.
So we have one little thing that we need to do here. We also have a little collaboration with a tournament up north called Lybo Open in Lycksele. And they sponsored 3 free entries. And the first one was won in the first squad with Ville Wahlström. And I have put a little picker wheel here in front of us, Jesper. We had 26 bowlers. So I'll, if you can hit the spin button, and the one who finished on this number in this squad.
Up north to
Well,
beautiful up north Sweden in the winter time. That will be a
number 18.
pretty cool experience.
Oh.
Some snowmobiles and
Anton
stuff.
Ahlgren got lucky there.
Anton Ahlgren.
Yeah, number
He will
18 is
get
Anton
to go
Ahlgren.
to Lybo Open.
So I will go out there and present that to him. Thank you very much, Jesper. It's been a pleasure. We are sorry for everybody that's been listening, and we thought we were talking to you about an hour before we realized the sun was not on, but not even the Lucky Larson crew is perfect, but we'll make sure that we work on solutions and fix it. And please, everybody who's listening, let everybody know that for this few 65 Swedish kronor, you will be able to watch and listen to the main channel here at the Lucky Larson with some stream and some other features. And if you don't like that, you can always watch the free versions on every pair. We'll cover every game. It looks like Tomo is pretty happy, and that's happy to know that's Tomo's mom, and I bet she is
She
as happy as it gets.
Getting his pictures taken. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. But yeah, guys, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We hope that you can help us spread the word about the YouTube channel, and that we can have some more interactions in the chat tomorrow. We appreciate Noah for your question. We definitely want to interact with the fans watching from around the world, and just give us some topics to cover throughout the squads that we have. And we mention it again, if you want to tune in again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. we have the future entering the lanes in the under 21 squad, which means all the bowlers on that squad will be under 21 years old. So feel free to tune in and watch the future of bowling. And then we have 3 more squads following that one tomorrow. We have a seminar with Matt McNeil, nice lunch for the youth bowlers. After the squad, we have a lot going on all day, every day here in Olympia Bowling. But thank you for hanging out with us tonight, and we will see you back tomorrow.
Yeah, have a great rest of Friday night, and sleep well, and we'll talk soon again. Enjoy.
Okay,
Thank you, folks.
Everybody.